Stop. Ooh, no, he just lost balance and went to the floor, and to make matters worse.
What's good, man? This is the Zach Experience with Serge. Here with Zach Norvell. Cool guy, one of the best guys out here, man. So, introduce yourself, tell who you are. What you all about.
Appreciate you for having me on here, though, first of all. But yeah, I'm Zach, full name Zach Norvell, born and raised in Chicago. High school, went to Simeon, then played here from 2016 to 2019. Then I played pro for a couple years. There was some injuries. Now I'm back here.
From Chicago, real Illinois legend right here,
Yes,
man. Do your research.
Appreciate it.
Speaking of like you just coming from Illinois, come from Chicago, going to like a high school like Simeon.
Yeah.
Your names like Benji Wilson,
Yeah.
Derrick Rose, and what's that? Jabari Parker.
Yeah.
Your like mindset, just knowing that there's been greats that came in.
That was a good question, bro. I think the first thing, it was kind of like I knew that they had tradition.
Yeah.
And I knew that they had guys that, made it to the league or that was pros, and they kind of, you know what I mean? They walked around with a different swag about them because they, like I said, the coaching staff had guys that played pro, went Division I. So I didn't want to go anywhere where it was like, it would have been new to have a big time talent, or it would have been new to see a kid really focus on basketball. Like typically anybody that go to Simeon is kind of serious about basketball.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it. So it was like I wanted to go where I felt like they already had the blueprint. I just had to kind of, go in there with, like you said, a good positive mindset and tell myself every day that I'll be one of the greats too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a nerd with the game. How much of an impact did Kendrick have on your game?
Bro.
Because he's a lefty.
I was about to say, went to Illinois from around your way.
You might have been like, what, freshman or sophomore?
I was a freshman.
And he was like in his
He was a senior.
bag. Yeah. How much of that impact has he had on your game?
Bro, him and Jabari, bro. But like you said, Kendrick being a lefty, playing on the USA team, similar play styles a little bit. I would say he probably had more balance than me. That's something I always wanted. But but for the most part, bro, I watched his game a ton, bro. Because like I said, he was a top 30 talent in the country his senior year. And the way he approached the game, he took the game so serious. Off the court, super cool dude, but like his work ethic and like what he did off the court to prepare for a game, and just the swag he had about him, it just kind of, he carried it well. And that's something that I kind of watched. Like I said, I was a freshman and him and Jabari were seniors. We had a whole senior class that year that was pretty good, but those two guys kind of stood out just because, like I said, they were highly touted, and we knew day in and day out that there was an X on their back. But the way they approached it, like they attacked every challenge.
Coming from Chicago, like that mindset is like,
it's
kill or be killed.
100%, bro. Every day.
Yeah. So I kind of want to talk about that too. Like, come from Chicago and then come here to Spokane. Like, what was that transition in college like?
It was good, bro. I knew like whatever college I wanted to go to, I wanted to be solely a basketball decision. Didn't care about it being a party school. Didn't care about where it was located. And it was Gonzaga is in a way similar to Simeon, where I feel like we had a chance to win. We was gonna get big time, talents, that was gonna be around me, and the coaching staff too. Coach Few being here, Tommy Lloyd, who was here, B. Mike, Gentry, Donnie D, all of those guys that were here already. I felt like I said, they had a blueprint of guys that kind of looked like me, who wasn't like who was, had, her ranking coming in, or had some, some juice coming in, but like still needed to be pushed, still needed to get a little bit more out of my development to ultimately try to play in the NBA. So I wanted to go somewhere, like I said, and Spokane was perfect because it was like, yo, you're going to be here, you're going to be locked in, not a big party school. They care about basketball. It's only basketball. So it was like you said earlier, if you're a basketball nerd, if you're a junkie for this stuff, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And emphasis on not a party school.
Not a party school at all.
Listen, man. You have no other choice but to lock in while you're here. You hear me?
100%, bro.
You hear me?
100%, bro. If you're serious about it, like, it's the perfect place to be.
Perfect.
And obviously I'm a little biased because I play here. I went here. A lot of my boys, all playing the NBA too. I'm like, bro, if you locked in and you serious about the game, this is where you want to be.
Yeah.
For real. That's all I'm gonna do.
Hey, keeping it real. When I first came here, very euphoric experience. Like, y'all don't know, Zach was one of the first people I met coming to Spokane. Like,
True.
He picked me up, and I never forget. That. Like, he gave me some advice. He said, "Man, just be an everyday guy.
Yeah.
Just be around the team. Continue to be adaptable, and you find yourself in a couple doors." So,
100%.
I took that advice, and I'm really just trying to run with it. And to thank you, got you a gift. Bluetooth glasses, smart out.
Appreciate that, brother.
Got the shades for you, man. I know you want some, so
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Just want to get that little pause.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
For sure. No, these clean. I've been asking for these for a minute. Yeah. I'm happy I finally got them, bro.
Yeah,
appreciate
come
that.
bearing gifts, man.
I'm gonna keep these close.
Yeah. Okay. So also too, I want to talk about college experience. Going to the league.
Yeah.
But first, I want to focus on you battled through an injury.
Yeah.
And we had that decision to make.
Yeah.
I remember my boy Turner Livingston, he told me this. He said you had to make a decision. You was going to sit out, or you're going to play the rest of the season.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage to do what you did, but
100%.
Talk about it, bro.
I mean, so it was dealing with my knee, and there was some cartilage issues. So it was like, if you don't know about cartilage, it's like, if some days you feel good, bro, and then some days like your knee's swollen the way you can't really move, you can't be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately it came down to being like, did I want to play through that, or did I kind of want to heal and get my body right, to give myself the best chance to be, the best player I could be.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of made the decision easy here because I knew a lot of guys had redshirted here, like Kelly Olynyk was one.
Yeah.
There was just a couple guys, I'm blanking right now, but there was a couple guys that was before me who redshirted. Nigel Williams-Goss,
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Williams, all these guys. I'm like, bro, and they're playing now, and they got it. You know what I mean? They're making a big impact on the team. And I was like, bro, I could, see myself learning from the group that we had. We made it to the national championship my freshman year. So I was like, bro, I think I'd rather get my body right, get my mental right, understand the pace and, the Gonzaga offense, and then try to, come in full head of steam the following year. Mm-hmm. And they kind of made it easy for me, kind of breaking that down, understanding like this place from year to year, guys actually get better because, the development here is pretty cool. Like, they're going to work on, the weakness of your games while doubling down on your strengths. So that was something I really, I felt, at peace with when I was making my decision. Like, I know I'm not just going to be looked over this year because I'm not playing. Mm-hmm. I'm actually able to get healed up, first of all. And then secondly, I'm going to be able to, like I said, develop and, become a better player over the year that I wasn't playing. So it was tough when I first heard it. But after that, I was like, I got to, take this challenge on full head of steam and, just roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you make that decision where you was like, okay, this is my moment. Like, this is me.
Yeah.
And I'm going in here. I'm going to make an impact.
Yeah.
And just seizing that. Like, what was that turning point? Like, how did you feel during those moments?
That's a good question, bro. Because it was like I said, roll with the punches, bro. There were some ups and there were some downs. Mm-hmm. Even my redshirt year, the summer leading up into the year, my redshirt freshman year that I actually played. But I would say in practice, my redshirt year, I remember having a couple practices where I felt like I could have went out the following day if we had a game and actually had an impact on the game. Whether it was scoring, whether it was playing defense, just following a scout, following a plan. I feel like it was a couple days where I was like, yo, I feel like I got the pace of this game, of this college game. So I would say that during my redshirt year, and then my freshman year that I actually played, it was a non-conference game. We played against Creighton. Mm-hmm. And I just remember we had a couple games before that, and I was, trying to fit in, being a role player, just trying to make the right plays. And then it started with me refusing the ball screen. And it was like the first time I had kind of went outside the offense. Because typically, you want to come off the ball screen, make a read and do something like that.
Right.
But by me rejecting and refusing the ball screen, and I was like, oh, I just made a decision. I just went outside the offense and made something happen.
And then it's just like, oh, wait, this been me.
This been me. You know what I mean? So that was kind of an eye-opener.
Yeah, and I think you said, too, Coach Few, he brought you in. It was like, he showed you your highlights.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the guy we want.
100%, bro.
No,
that was a good point too. Because like I said, coming off the injury, I just wanted to make sure my body felt right, make sure I was, like I said, I just seen the team before me make it to the national championship. Everybody fitting in, everybody playing their role, but they all kind of had that moxie, that swag about them. And I was still trying to find that mojo, still trying to get that back. Like I said, after not playing the whole year, that was my first time ever doing that. So it was the first time I wanted to be like just, just fit in and, just find my role at this college level. But like I said, Coach Few and Coach Tommy brought me into their office and they put on one of my highlight tapes from high school.
Yeah.
It was like, man, we ain't seen this guy yet. Or like, and I was like, y'all want this guy?
Want this guy.
I can show y'all, you know what I mean? It might be a little crazy, which it was at times, but over time, it worked out. It worked out.
And it worked out, and you got the opportunity to go to the big league.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kid from Chicago going to the league, man.
For sure, that was crazy.
Being able to play for the Los Angeles Lakers, what was it like being around all those Hall of Famers? Because I think you was what Rondo, Bron, Dwight. Yeah. What was that experience like for you and just being around that? What was that?
Not to sound crazy, bro, but I felt like my freshman year or like my rookie year somewhere, I always was around a crazy team. Like I said, my freshman year of high school, I was with Kendrick and Jabari.
Right.
You know what I mean? We was the number one team in the country at that time. My freshman year of college, I was here around Shimmer Karnowski, who was the most winning player, Nigel Williams-Goss, who played in the league. We made it to the national championship.
Yeah, I did.
My rookie year, I'm with the Lakers around Bron, who was one of the best players to ever play. And then, like you said, all the legends that was there. So I was like, bro, my story and being able to, experience these, these moments was kind of like
surreal.
So, surreal in a lot of ways, bro. But like, I just remember like somebody kind of told me just be a sponge, bro. Like you can't really like I said, being around those legends, bro, they got the walk down, they got the talk down, they got it all. You know what I mean? They know the flow. So I wanted to watch how they was doing it, but also continue to work hard every day. Those dudes have been in the league for 10 plus years. I'm just a couple months in, a couple weeks in. So I wanted to kind of like pick all their brain and be a sponge, bro. And that's the one thing somebody told me, like, bro, be a sponge, bro. Take in everything. And at the end of it, kind of squeeze a sponge and let out all the extra, BS that you've seen, or maybe a vet ain't going as hard in the drill because, you know what I mean? He's trying to save his body. You need to go hard in those drills. You need to do all the little stuff. So, like you said, having Rondo was big time, just being a savant, being a crazy mind for the game. Being around Danny Green, who's a shooter, who won championships. A guy that's from this area who helped me a bunch was Avery Bradley.
That boy right there is a dog.
A dog, bro. And like I just remember coming over to the sideline and him just giving me like little things.
He was on that Lakers team.
He was on that Lakers team.
Because I can only imagine the type of defense he's playing in practice.
Bro, he's showing me how to get through screens and how to get through pin downs. And
is he from Chicago?
No. He's from around this area. I want to say he's from the Seattle area.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, but they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, it was just like being able to pick all of their brains. JaVale McGee.
Yeah.
AD.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, like, bro. So it was
I'm sorry, AD. If you watching that, bro, and I didn't mention you, my bad.
Yeah, bro. Like being around AD, who, he was a Chicago dude, so he made sure I was straight at all times, bro.
Taylor was on there too.
Yeah, my boy. My boy. We was both rookies though, so we was both learning and trying to just, soak up all the knowledge. And then another guy I would say was probably like Quinn Cook. Quinn Cook, he played a big role in that team, making sure everybody was locked in, going hard in practice. When he got his opportunities, he was there. And, Kuzma, all these guys were kind of young, but, they had, they earned their stripes in the league at that point. So I was happy to be around them.
Yeah. And like you said, like being a sponge and being able to pour out, it seems like, everything that you've gathered, like within that experience, I see you do it here every day.
Trying, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Bro. You can tell like you've been around greatness and you like spreading it.
Yeah.
Just tell me about like your approach being in this position now.
Yeah.
It's an interesting spot.
It's crazy,
I bet,
bro.
Being from a player to this. So like talk about it.
I think for the most part, bro, like my whole career, I've always trying to been like another coach out on the floor. Like when I understood what the coach wanted from the team on both ends, I always tried to like, be a great example of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe when a coach is watching film, he's like, oh, like Zach was actually paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like he actually made sure, our big man was actually, following a scout that time. Maybe he was a little off. So I've always felt like I've had that knowledge to share, and I always kind of had the voice and wasn't kind of scared to like, you know what I mean? Get people going, or speaking up when everybody's maybe be a little timid or maybe be a little bit nervous for a game. So it's like I try to apply that to this, where it's like I don't care if you got 1 through 15. I know how important it is because I played every role. Being a red shirt,
right.
I didn't play at all, but I feel like I played an important role being the other team's best player sometimes in scout, or being a role player. Like I said, my freshman year when I was here, to being like one of the main guys my second year here. So it was like I feel like I had a lot of knowledge to kind of share to these guys when they coming through here. Like, bro, even if you're not playing, bro, like you just as important as the guy that's getting 30 minutes because you giving us a look every day.
Mm-hmm.
You hold him accountable to play defense on you or whatever the case may be. And I know how nerve-wracking it can be to kind of try to be perfect or try to be your best version of yourself. So it was like, take a little pressure off yourself. You know what I mean? I always try to walk to these guys, let them know, like, it ain't no pressure. Like, you here for a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and just go out there and ball, bro. Because like I said, I feel like if you make it to Gonzaga, it's my duty to kind of try to get every, ounce of, potential that you got in you. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, you didn't walk through these doors, and that's kind of how they did when I got here. Like, no senior, no upperclassman, no coach, took it light on me. They wanted me to be the best version I could be. So I try to give it to these guys.
And to pan out.
Yeah.
And I'll say too, like, man, like they don't know out of bounds play.
Respect, bro. Appreciate that.
This is the guy that gets the job done.
So, trying to be surgical.
So he does a lot of film work and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool just watching it. Like after you told me, like I pay attention more. You know what I mean? Like type of plays you play. My favorite is.
What's that? Yeah, MO2.
Hey,
MO2.
When in doubt.
Yo, you crazy. Yo, you gotta have a go-to, bro. Like,
bro.
You gotta have one that guys are comfortable with. Like, in a crazy game, we can always just run it. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna get a fans too much of what it is. We not. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know, bro.
Yeah. Lastly, we just wrap it up, bro.
Yes, sir.
I just try to make my podcast,
authentic. Let me hear what you got, bro.
We're gonna do a little review at the end, man, just to keep the spirits high, bro.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, if y'all don't know, Serge is a man of many talents, man.
Yes.
He can always keep his mind going. He always trying to better himself. So even with the glasses, which y'all don't know, but they got headphones attached to it, like Bluetooth, and they actually good shade. So out here in Spokane, you out, you in the wild, you on the beach sometimes.
You on a hike.
You on a hike. These gonna get you through it. Now you got the smell good.
Sergio Sense, man.
Let's do it.
So we just gonna, try this. I call this TYP, Tropical Yacht Party.
Tropical Yacht Party.
Yeah.
I ain't
That's
mad
what
at that.
I call it. And, we're gonna do a live review. We're gonna rate it out of 10, bro.
Let me see,
spray it
bro.
on the dress.
Gotta air it out. Damn, that smells good, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your oil, man.
Tropical Yacht Party.
Tropical Yacht Party, TYP, man.
Yeah, make sure y'all go get that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What are you rating out of 10? Be real.
Be real.
Be real, shorty. That's how I have to say shorty.
Shorty. I'll give it a solid 8.
8, cool.
I'll give it a solid 8. Because I feel like this can go both ways. It's like it could be for men or it can be for women, little kids. Like you got a little, you said the tropical part of it. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm a fan.
Appreciate it.
I'm a fan.
Well, that was a Zach experience.
Yes, sir.
Zach Norvell, man. Stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you again, brother. Thank you, bro. Yes, sir. My boy.
On record. Yeah.
On record. Bro plays like Space Jam Bron. He's bringing the ball up. He's trying to play the point. He will take a 3 every now and again and look down at the ball sometimes. He's trying to dunk you with the left. Play in transition. So I called him Baby Bron today. They was guarding me like prime, like Steph. They was guarding me like James Harden. But at the end of the day, 2018 Bron to be exact, bro.
Oh my goodness.
That's all I had to say, bro. Shout out Serge, bro. Shout out Serge. So much is in the way, babe. That's all I gotta say.